Dad used to say to the dogs that would come in the front yard,
Get out of here!
that's what I'm saying to the fog here this morning.
It's burning, man. It ain't lifting.
There you go. All right, time for news brought to you by Quality Heating and Air. And these folks are easy to find. Of course, you'll drive slowly past them as you wait for the longest red light in Scioto County, right there, US 52, but it's worth it. Right there at the Ream sign. Stop in and see these folks. They can repair what you got or give you some new units. They've got a great selection at 858-4363. Quality Heating and Air, US 52 in downtown hustling, bustling Sugar Grove, Ohio. And once again, here's Bill.
Hey, thanks, Steve. Good morning, everybody. Tomorrow, July 29th, the Scioto County Republican Central Committee is going to gather to appoint a replacement to fill the spot of the late Kathy Coleman. Candidates are Kevin Clausing, Yvonne Hale, Kevin E. Johnson, Will Malt, Aaron Payne, Paul Rideout, Susan Sammons, Merritt Smith, Jim Turner, and Mark Ward. Now, the vote that was originally announced to be by secret ballot will now be a public open vote by committee members only. After the most recent Scioto County Commissioners meeting, Commissioner Scotty Powell was asked if he had any advice or guidance for those throwing their hat into the ring.
Gosh, I sit in a unique position where I went through this process and now I get to sit on the other side of it. My only advice is focus on yourself, focus on your vision, focus on your experience, and lead with what you want to do with the county versus what you perceive others are or aren't doing. Like, what is your vision?
Now, today is going to be yet another hot, muggy day in our region, and over the course of this last month, local cooling centers have become a necessity. Major Dan Simcoe of the Portsmouth Salvation Army told me the centers are not just for the unhoused.
Sometimes we do have folks that just come in. In fact, this past week, we had some folks that came in from where they were staying because the AC had gone out and they needed to get out of the heat. And so they asked if they could just come in and sit down for a while. And sure, absolutely. So, yeah, we try to make that available to folks that just need to get in and get out of the heat.
And the National Retail Federation predicts Americans will spend more than $128 billion, that's billion with a B, this year on back-to-school supplies. Angela Hanna has more on a way that the state of Ohio is trying to help families save some money.
One way you can save money is with Ohio's tax-free holiday. It's been extended now to 2 weeks long, and it applies to almost all tangible products under $500 a piece. So electronics, clothing, books, home goods, even sporting equipment. And it applies to that online shopping as well.
From Mix 99.3 News, I'm Bill Shope.
Well, Bill, earlier this morning we were talking about the two worst tourist attractions ever. And they came up with one being, I'd been to that one, of course, and that was talking about Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco and Wall Drug in South Dakota. They tied for number one as the worst. Now, of course, those are in America. Then I looked up, just I was kind of interested, and there's a lot of mentions of the world's worst the Eiffel Tower is one of them.
Really?
Well, I guess what they're trying to do is, in their criteria, they're including traffic and crowds and price.
Okay.
As far as tourist traps, per se. So I decided to go a little deeper dig on this, and I decided the top 10 worst tourist traps in America.
All right.
I'm going to go with 11 because I've never heard of this place. Have you ever heard of the Mystery Spot in St. Ignace, Michigan?
Nope.
Luring lovers of strange phenomena since the 1950s, when this allegedly gravity-defying area was discovered. Okay, you got the Mystery Spot at number 11. There's some on here that surprised me.
Let's hear them.
Well, number 10 is Ocean City Boardwalk, Ocean City, Maryland. The beachside boardwalk lining the shores has been a hub for years, but they say hotel owners who've collaborated to kind of build their own little sections now, and you have to pay more money to walk on the boardwalk.
Yeah, but that's not the boardwalk. I mean, that's
the Ocean City Boardwalk. Yeah. Number 9 Roswell, New Mexico. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt and the trinkets.
But you liked it there, didn't you?
It was fun. It really was. I mean, but you had to accept it for what it was. Number 8 is Pat King of Steaks, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Pat's King of Steaks.
Never heard of it. Nope.
Well, founded by Pat Oliver in the 1930s, it's still family run, and apparently they claim the Philadelphia cheesesteak is theirs.
Huh.
Just kind of like the Anchor Bar in Buffalo claim wings.
Yeah, Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So that's number 8. Number 7. Sorry about this, Chief. Duval Street, Key West.
Uh-oh.
Now,
You spent a lot of time down there.
I have. And a lot of money. We'll move on. 6. Now, Chuck would, grimace at this one. Broadway Street in Nashville.
Huh.
Well, it's evolved from just, a down-home little place into kind of a trinket trap, and they charge you money all up and down the street, everything from the Second Fiddle to Walker's Boot Store. I mean, it's become pretty darn commercial. Now, the top 5, Hollywood Walk of Fame, Los Angeles, California.
I could see that, yeah.
All right. Number 4 would be the Salem Witch Museum in Salem, Massachusetts.
See, I've always wanted to go there.
Well, no, it's a trinket trap.
There we go.
Number 3 is SeaWorld in Orlando.
I'm surprised that there is still a SeaWorld.
Yeah. Number 2 is the Skywalk at the Grand Canyon. I've been there. Nothing wrong with that if you want to look into a big, deep hole.
I've flown over it, never been there.
Look at rocks. But they say the number 1 tourist trap in America is Times Square, New York City.
That I can definitely believe.
Yeah. So there you go. For you vacationers out there that haven't yet made your plans, the Get Up and Go show to the rescue.
There we go.
All right. Thank you, Bill. This update brought to you by Quality Heating and Air. And this is one attraction you'll want to find, especially if your air conditioning goes on the fritz this summer or you need a whole new unit. Call 858-4363, Quality Heating and Air, US 52 in downtown hustling, bustling Sugar Grove, Ohio.
Down on Route 52, just west of town, there's a little place where the word gets around. Quality Heating and Air's got your back. For sales and service, they're right on track. I see out in Portsmouth, they're the name to trust. When the air goes down, they'll lift you up.
Call Quality Heating and Air at 740-858-4363.
Well, I breathed a sigh of relief when I found out that the Hungry Bear restaurants in Gatlinburg wasn't on the top 10 list.
Oh, okay, good.
Of tourist traps in America.
Oh, no. You're always welcome at many fine pancake establishments.
If you got $7 in your pocket there, you can buy a pancake.
Just one, not a full stack.
Oh, yeah.
Just one.
They're frugal.
But they are good.
All right, time now for sports brought to you by Roger Hemming, LLC. Find Roger on the west side for all of your construction needs, overhead door, fencing, got it all. And with sports this morning, some great news from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Here's Chuck.
Thank you, Steve. Great weekend for the Redlegs. They were at home where they swept a 3-game set from the Tampa Bay Rays. It started Friday with the Reds prevailing 7-2. The Bats were really alive on Friday night for Fireworks Friday. Tyler Stevenson and T.J. Friedel both had home runs. Ellie De La Cruz went 4 for 5. Austin Hayes went 3 for 5 at the plate as the Reds belted out 14 hits. That momentum carried into Saturday when Cincinnati was triumphant 6-2, and yesterday an opportunity to bring out the brooms presented itself to the Reds, and they took full advantage of it, defeating the Rays 2-1 to complete the sweep. The Reds scored both of their runs in the first inning and got a great pitching performance from starter Brady Singer. He went the first 7 1/3 innings, allowing just 1 run off of 3 hits. He struck out 8 Rays batters and only walked 1 to get the win and improve his record to 8-8 on the season. Emilio Pagan came on to shut things down. He logged his 22nd save of the year. The Reds will remain at home where this evening the Los Angeles Dodgers, the top team in the West, in the National League will come calling. The Reds will host the Dodgers this evening for a 7:10 first pitch, and you'll be able to hear that contest on Fox Sports with AM 1260 and 95.7 FM. Pre-game coverage will get underway at 6:40. Rookie Chase Burns will be on the mound for Cincinnati. Burns is still looking for his first major league victory. Hopefully he gets that tonight. The Reds have won 4 in a row and have climbed 6 games over the 500 mark with a record of 56 victories and 50 losses. The Reds are 6.5 games out in the NL Central and only 1 game out in the National League wild card race. The Cleveland Guardians dropped 2 out of 3 over the weekend to the Kansas City Royals. That series was set to begin on Friday, but that contest got rained out, so they wound up playing 2 on Saturday. The Guardians dropped the first game 5-3, but won the nightcap 6-4. That set up the rubber match yesterday. Kansas City prevailed 4-1. The Guardians will host the Rockies this evening at 6:40. In minor league baseball, the Chillicothe Paints fell to the Johnstown Millrats on Saturday 9-5. The Paints then came up short against the champion City Kings yesterday 14-7. Chillicothe will be off today and will host the Kings again tomorrow. The Cincinnati Bengals and first-round draft pick Shamar Stewart finally agreed to terms on a contract over the weekend. Stewart's deal is worth $18.97 million, fully guaranteed with a $10 million signing bonus. He became the last 2025 first-round pick to sign a deal. He signed the contract on Saturday and participated in practice yesterday. Trey Hendrickson continues his holdout, but according to the Cincinnati Enquirer, both sides remain in communication. The NASCAR Cup Series was at Indy over the weekend. To run the Brickyard 400 yesterday, Bubba Wallace took the checkered flag, and that is a look at sports.
Yeah, the team keeps calling Trey each and every day saying, no, 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 no.
I just wonder if it's one of those deals where either side is budging. Again, he's set to make $16 million this year, and if he's wanting Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt type money, you're looking at a $40 million contract. So if that is the case, and I don't know that, I'm just speculating, but they're $24 million apart if that is the case hypothetically. I would think he would go for a little lower than that if they'd give him a few extra years and guarantee some money, but I just don't know. I don't know.
I would say 2 years is fair, and then if he has 2 great years, then he becomes a free agent. I mean, I think he's looking for 3 or longer.
I think he's looking for 3 or longer, because if that's the case, why not just go ahead and play out your one, ball out, and then go make bank somewhere else at the end of the year, or hope the Bengals do find some money.
Or just, pay him close to what the number 1 edge rushers play, and let him go. But no, that's not the way the game is played. So anyway, we'll find out.
Of course, bear in mind that the Bengals have paid Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow a lot of money. There's only so much money. You can't pay everybody.
Well, you could. I heard a theory over the weekend on how they could pay him, and it would still be under the cap and everything. But
would Burrow have to restructure? I've heard that talked about too.
He would do it, but this would be without restructuring. It's a complicated formula, and I want to have fun and play music. I don't want to sit here and do algebra.
Yeah, I love my Bengals, but I don't really feel great about the defense going into this coming season. But with the offense we have, assuming everybody stays healthy, we might just be able to outscore everyone. If we win every game 45-40, I'm okay with that.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. And this update brought to you by Roger Hemming, LLC. And don't forget Rogers on the west side with everything you need, of course, for your construction overhead door and fencing. Traffic weather one more time next.
Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing has all kinds of garage doors in multiple sizes and colors for commercial and residential use. It offers both sales and service. Fencing-wise, there's wood, vinyl, metal, and chain link. Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing can custom make gates and is the only company around that can install and service electrical gate openers. Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing, 22115 State Route 73 West Portsmouth at Roger Hemming Contractors LLC. Phone 740-529-0133. Guaranteed lowest prices, financing available, credit cards accepted. See store for details.
And traffic brought to you by the Scioto River, 1024 Gallia Street. And they're going to be there starting at 11 this morning with the world's great steak, or should I say greatest I will. Nothing beats the river. This morning we have 1 lane on Rosemount Road, 1 lane being repaired, 1 lane for passage, and that called in from a traffic tracker this morning. Want to thank traffic tracker Mark again for letting us know that the world's longest light on the west side is still the world's longest light with fog. And also we've got today road resurfacing, which will be on Kentucky Trail. And that's about it. No accidents. Give us a call if you see something, 354-1993. Traffic service at the Scioto River opens 7 days a week.
Weather service of the Scioto County Career Technical Center, where you can begin your career as a certified pharmacy technician. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. For more information, call 740-259-5526 or visit sciototech.org.
Your WSAZ First Alert forecast. Partly cloudy skies today. We'll see evening storms move in, hit or miss in activity. Temperatures reaching into the lower and middle 90s. Those dangerous heat indices will be out once again today. Overnight tonight, storms off and on. Temps drop down into the 70s. Tomorrow, we'll see storms exit the region with more sunshine. We're back into the low 90s. I'm WSAZ News Channel 3 meteorologist Nicholas Snyder on the Ohio Valley's hit music channel, Mix 99.3.
And thank you, Nick. Downtown right now, 75 as we get up and go.
Steve Hayes, Mix 99.3.